I'm going to turn our program on.
Sounds glorious.
Look at all the hunky boys.
Not people, brains.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them.
Where's your pass? Screw your pass.
Due to the recent events that have occurred, effective immediately, all classes are suspended until further notice.
You're listening to Students of Horror, where we don't claim to be authorities on the subject,
but students of the genre, expanding our studies one movie at a time.
Our assignment for this episode is 2000s and Ginger Snaps, as we study the subject of werewolves. Thanks for joining our study session. Time for some roll call attendance. Sam.
Sup?
He is present. Ross is absent. Mark him as absent once again. He actually went up to Canada.
He's in Canada
to go
now.
Try to hunt down the beast
and the
beast of Bailey
Downs. Yeah,
Bailey Downs.
And we haven't heard from him since, so hopefully he's okay.
Last we heard, he was hanging out in the back of a van. So
yeah, well, of course you find that
he's
van.
having a good time. And I am present. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. But before we continue, I must take a moment to thank our study buddies, whose generous support keeps the club strong for just $3 a month.
Thank you so much to our patrons. And if you want to support us in other ways, subscribe, rate, review, comment, and share the show. Jump into our free Discord channel as well. Links to all that in the show description below. And now with all students present and the study buddies avowed, it's time to crack open the goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo.
Thank you, Sergio. And Sam, have I got a log line for you?
Please.
Two death-obsessed sisters, outcast in their suburban neighborhood, must deal with the tragic consequences when one of them is bitten by a deadly werewolf.
Great. Let's do our taglines. Here's the first one. She's got the curse.
She's got the curse.
She does, certainly. I like that that's how they phrase it. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fun Neanderthal.
Yeah, this is the release for the Neanderthals for sure. Yeah, it was really cool. It was the first movie they sent back in time to show the Neanderthals was Ginger Snaps, and that was the tagline they used for that version.
Well, it's this. They are weird. She's got the curse. Now her sister tries to save her.
Oh.
So that's what I think they needed to
trim that down.
Hammer in some things. Well, for the Neanderthals.
Oh, sure. They really needed to, yes. Hammer down. Hey, this is what's happening, guys and gals, Neanderthals and them, however the Neanderthal may identify.
Yeah, they probably just were just like, I don't know how Neanderthals thought.
Me neither.
Really.
Isn't that funny?
How much they were thinking. How much they were thinking of, like, they probably definitely thought of societal terms, but not like, I don't think they had a developed language.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
It was just like
Neanderthal talk.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a Neanderthal and you're listening, comment and let us know.
Yeah. What if this is the first podcast that gets to sit back?
It might be.
So hopefully they can put it on something and we can find it in the future or our present from their past. So thank you for listening, Neanderthals.
Yes, thank you, Neanderthals. Here's another one. This one is not for Neanderthals. It is. They don't call it the curse for nothing.
I don't care for that one much, and they're definitely using the curse thing. They like that a lot. Mm-hmm. The one I do remember, this next one, Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh,
that's just fun,
Well, Duran.
Oh, yeah, for the Duran heads.
I like this last one here. Ginger Snaps and Bites. Ooh.
Snappy. This movie was directed by John Fawcett and written by Karen Walton, with the story by both of them working together.
That's right. John Fawcett, the director, did a lot of TV stuff.
Mainly, what I noticed is he did Orphan Black. I didn't put it down, but like that would be the one big thing.
Probably know.
But he's done episodes, a lot of different stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with kind of Karen, I think.
Okay.
But not as much with her.
Yeah. I was going to say we don't really have anything listed for Karen Walton.
This is true. Some of our key players in the film, though, we have Emily Perkins as Bridget. She was in the 1990 miniseries of It.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've noted Ginger Snaps 2, Unleashed, and Ginger Snaps Back, the beginning. And Blood, something called Blood, A Butcher's Tale, Extraterrestrial. And I think she's in some other TV shows and did a bunch of that stuff as well.
Yes. Then we have Catherine Isabel as Ginger. She was in Disturbing Behavior, the Carrie remake from 2002, Freddy vs. Jason, Ginger Snaps 2 and 3, American Mary, See No Evil 2, and the very recent Back Rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Liminal horror.
Liminal. Chris Lemche as Sam was also in something called My Little Eye. But I knew him as well from Final Destination 3, one that we've covered on here.
Yes, he's McKinley in that movie.
Yes. So I had definitely seen Ginger Snaps by the time I had seen Final Destination 3, so I remembered him from this.
I had the reverse.
It was great to see him. Yeah, I'm sure.
Which is funny.
Something called The Frankenstein Theory 2013.
What year is this movie? 2000? So in 2000, he's playing like a little above high school age, it seems like, maybe a recent graduate, and then in 2006 he's playing a high schooler.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It works. Oh, and we also had Mimi Rogers as Pamela. She was in the X-Files. We love the X-Files over here, so starting that for a little bit. And Penny Dreadful, a 2006 movie that she was in. Obviously, I always knew her as
Mrs. Kensington
from Austin Powers. Yes, definitely.
I looked her up because I was like, she's so familiar, and that's absolutely what it was.
Yeah, that's what it would be for probably a lot of people.
We have Jesse Moss as Jason, also in Final Destination 3. He's the one who like holds the balls of the devil in the roller coaster at the beginning. Yeah, man. He is also in The Uninvited, Dear Mr. Gacy, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil, another Canadian gem which we'll be covering at some point upcoming.
Yes, and actually doing that. It's on our schedule.
Yes. 10 years later.
Not like, we'll do it someday.
Playing like a college kid.
Right. Yeah. It just moves around. You know, that's, again, they got those good faces.
They look very young. They all actually looked high school age to me.
It worked, I think.
We have Danielle Hampton as Trina and John Bourgeois as Henri or Henry.
Peter Callahan as Mr. Wayne, Christopher Redmond as Ben. He was also in Masters of Horror, John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns, Screamers, The Hunting, and VHS of Viral from 2014.
Lastly, we have Jimmy McGinnis as Tim and Lindsay Lease as Nurse Fairy.
And as always, there's always, plenty more people in the film, so you can go over to IMDb to check out the rest of the credits or anything we may have missed.
Who is the horror forward?
First up, we got to ask, what subgenres does Ginger Snaps fit into? IMDb definitely had a few, but I will think I've always thought of it as a sort of coming of age story, but more specifically just an allegory for a woman,
puberty,
a girl getting puberty in their period and what that all entails.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's certainly other things.
I think it's a horror comedy as well. There's lots of humor in the movie. Yeah, like indie horror. I see a B horror, teen horror for sure. Yeah, it definitely works the whole high school thing.
Yeah. Feels very of its 2000 time as well. And it's Canadian. I don't know if I have that officially mentioned anywhere, but it's become like a little Canadian gym. So in honor of Ross as well.
Sure. Our new Canadian gym.
Yeah. Canada's next gym.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Trigger warnings for this one. Well, I can think of a big one right away.
Yeah. Animal death, dog death.
Plenty of dog. Yeah. And not like, I mean, you don't see it happen, but you see the
aftermath.
Yes, sure. Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So
So be prepared for that big. We'll talk
how
a
do
little bit
you
more about it.
handle? All right. We can talk more about it because you're the one who's particularly sensitive to it. But I know you also. This movie's been with you a long time.
Exactly. When I first watched and got into it, I wasn't as sensitive. I've only grown more and more sensitive to it as time has gone on. So it gets a weird. It bothered me, but it still gets a weird pass as like I'm not immediately mad about it as I am with a lot of films.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
grandfathered in.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely some body horror aspects and themes of suicide as well.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
They talk about that.
They really romanticize it
Needles,
in a teen angsty way.
Certainly, great
to the point where like I thought it was funny, but what's funny is like seeing it now. I think it's a bit over the top and funny. Although I'm sure. Had I been in high school, I might have thought they were like cool. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Next, do you think this would please a gorehound?
I think it might satisfy. I don't think it would please. I'll say that, but it's not exactly
sure.
I mean, it's got its gore in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a gorehound would be like, I'm glad there was gore in it, but it could have used more.
Of course. I would concur.
And finally, is this a Intro to Horror 101 movie or an advanced upper level class?
I'd give it an intro.
Absolutely.
101 it.
Yeah,
I
especially
think this is great for it.
You're probably, if it's an intro movie, you're probably a young person. So you're either younger than they are or around their age. Great time to see it, I think.
I think it's perfect for it. And it would be probably, if it's like you're studying werewolves, you watch other couple werewolves and then you get this one thrown in there too.
Yeah.
A werewolf alternative, essentially, almost.
Absolutely. Yeah. A different, at least, especially at the time, because now we've seen a lot of different kind of werewolf movies.
Sure.
But there wasn't much else like this 26 years ago.
Hey. Let's think up the place. Spoiler zone, because we're gonna spoil it. IMDb behind the scenes got a couple for us tonight, today, this morning, whenever you're listening. Karen Walton was apprehensive about writing the film because of the horror genre's reputation of negatively portraying women. The director, John Fawcett, convinced her that the film would break these cliches, so she took the job. So Walton also, she wanted, to be able to kind of write this story, the allegory that it is for, what it is to feel like a woman and growing up and hitting puberty and all this kind of, like we said, what comes around with that. Walton also singled out Emily Perkins and Catherine Isabel's audition tape and said that their performances were the exact way she had envisioned the characters of Ginger and Bridget, and the two were cast as the leads. And they also ended up it was after a while, they had been auditioning other people as well and just weren't finding it. And then I think Emily Perkins and Catherine Isabel auditioned on the same day.
Oh, interesting.
So we're able to even play off each other. And they're like, this is great.
Yeah, they are so good. I mean, being the two leads, obviously you have to carry the movie, but they are both excellent, I think, in their individual roles. Director John Fawcett refused to have CGI effects in the film, opting for all of the special creature effects to be done with prosthetics and makeup. Shout out John Fawcett.
It looks great.
Yeah,
a lot of work was put into it, and I think I enjoy it. Yeah,
absolutely. The Ginger Wolf's design was conceived by Fawcett years before production as a largely hairless skeletal creature. Special makeup effects artist Paul Jones initially intended to realize the creature as a puppet, but the required range of motion led to the use of a full bodysuit instead. The hairless design presented significant technical challenges, as fur is typically used to conceal seams between suit components. To achieve a convincing appearance, the suit was constructed as a single continuous piece, with only the head produced separately. Despite this, a small amount of hair was ultimately added around the neck to hide the remaining seam. I wouldn't have even noticed.
Right, yeah. Because I think the original vision, too, was the director was having it on screen a little bit more. You were seeing a lot more and then kind of went towards seeing it less and working with it a little bit less. You still see, I feel like, the monster not plenty. You still see it a lot, but there was a vision for a lot more. But I think, again, looks fun, looks great. It's a different sort of, man in a werewolf costume, and it's fun.
Absolutely. But I'm glad we didn't get more, because I think what we do get is like just enough. The more you show, the less interesting it becomes, I think.
No, certainly. Yeah, those flashes in the shadows. I mean, that's the case for a lot of movies.
Absolutely.
It kind of loses it if you just keep seeing the thing, and you're like, especially if it's in like, bright light or something.
Yeah, Jaws famously couldn't, shoot all the shark scenes they wanted, so they had to just sort of allude to it and not really see it, and it worked so much better.
Yeah, man. Emily Perkins praised the practical wolf suit used during the filming, particularly its tactile realism in close interactions. She described it as slimy, cold, clammy, and disturbingly skin-like. Exactly how she imagined such a creature would feel in reality.
Yeah.
So again, just speaking to the filmmaking, I guess, aspect of it a little bit early, the special effects, I think, really stand out as a fun, cool, practical. If you like all that stuff, you're going to get it here.
Especially for a movie that seems so bootstrapped in a lot of ways.
Right. I think they had a $4.5 million budget.
Sure.
Is what I think I read at one of the points.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. It is very independent in that sense compared to a lot of stuff to pull off like a werewolf film. That's tough. Like, so much is like hinges on the werewolf will determine really what kind of film. And as we mentioned, it's kind of like horror comedy as opposed to like crazy B horror, like gimmicky,
right?
Bad costume. This one pulls it off.
Yeah, no, because the horror parts, I think a lot of the horror parts are horrific.
They work.
The comedy is, from the teens and whatnot.
Yeah.
Comedy horror, or a horror comedy, not a comedy horror. I feel it's horror first with comedy, not comedy first with horror.
Yes.
Among the students paged over the school's PA system by an uncredited Lucy Lawless are Samuel and Theodore Ramey. The Ramey bros. Talk about indie horror royalty.
Yeah, exactly. Both Catherine and Emily appeared in season 5 of The X-Files, but in different episodes 2 years before starring in Ginger Snaps. So I didn't include that up above. So that means Emily Perkins, Catherine Isabel, and Mimi Rogers were all in some X-Files.
It makes sense. I wonder if
they filmed in Canada.
is. Yeah, exactly. There's so much. I would imagine a lot of them were Canadian locals on the X-Files.
And Sam, did you know this? Bridget's hair is a wig. Did you tell?
No.
I don't know if I ever really was able to tell when I was first watching this, but this time around I was like, oh yeah, that's a wig, and Sam's not gonna know.
Nope, I had no idea. Just thought that was some kid fluff. Really makes the character. And her like little hunched overness and everything. Yeah, everything. She's great.
Yeah.
The film is set in the fictional town of Bailey Downs, where 15 years later, the movie A Christmas Horror Story is also set.
Which I don't know if that's still available. We covered that.
Which one was that?
That was the one that was the anthology with like Krampus fighting Santa, who was a drunk Santa killing people, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, that one lost me along the way. But Bailey Downs, there it is. It continues on. With all that said, premise of the film is, what if the terrifying, uncontrollable changes of teenage female puberty were a literal werewolf curse?
Did that concept work for you?
It works for me. I think it works great, especially when, not that I was going through teenage female puberty when I first saw it, but I was going through angsty times, so I related.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was like one of the first things we've talked about, our kind of horror movie guru friend that Sam and I both knew. He introduced me to this. I was like, one day, I think I was going on my break from working at the movie theater. I was like, I'm going to look for something. I want, give me a recommendation for some good horror movies or good something that people might not know, whatever.
Right.
He recommended Ginger Snaps. And I think at the time I went over to whatever, the video game store. I don't know if it was Electronics Boutique still or whatever it was in the mall.
Okay.
And they had it pre-owned.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. So I got it and then just fell in love with it at that point.
Didn't you have a poster for this? I feel like you had a
so.
Ginger Snaps poster. I don't know why. But if you don't think so, you'd know better than I would.
I don't think I did.
I feel
I
like
mean, I very well could have.
Like in your dorm freshman year or something. But again, I could be wrong.
That seems appropriate. It could have been I had a Wrong Turn poster.
Right. And a Resident Evil poster, right? And I feel like, I mean, this would go well with the 3, I feel like, you know what I mean?
You're not wrong. I probably wish I had one. I just don't recall ever actually having one.
Sure.
I'm looking at my tubes of what posters I have left. I'll go through them sometime eventually.
Sure.
No, it fits. I think I also had a Spider-Man 2 poster.
That fits too. Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
The concept works for me as well. I love anything that, monsterifies real life, and coming of age is a perfect time to, all the angst and emotions and that come with puberty. It's a great time to throw a monster in there for symbolism. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
I'm here for
relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. All right, now let's talk about what happens in the film with a quick recap. Film follows 2 death-obsessed outcast teenage sisters, Ginger and Bridget Fitzgerald, who live in the suburban neighborhood of Bailey Downs. Girls have a childhood pact that they made to die together by the age of 16. And on the exact night that Ginger gets her first period, the sisters are attacked in the woods by a mysterious creature. It's a werewolf. And Bridget manages to pull her sister to safety, but Ginger is left with all these gashes and severe bite wounds and bleeding, and it's pretty brutal attack.
She's in rough shape. Yeah.
Yeah. Tossed around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Comes into the house banging against everything, bleeding all over the place.
The creature, though, is subsequently struck and killed by a local drug dealer's van. Sam, the drug dealer. Following the attack, Ginger's wounds start to heal at an impossible rate, and she begins undergoing radical physical and psychological changes, developing a volatile temperament as she starts to physically transform. She's getting streaks of white in her hair, and then more white. Eventually, she starts
getting
growing
real nasty with
fangy teeth. Yeah, get real nasty with it.
Little dew claws coming out of her ankle.
Mm-hmm. While her family initially mistake these changes for typical teenage behaviors, Bridget obviously realizes what the infection is and what it's doing. Desperate to get help, she teams up with Sam, the local drug dealer that we mentioned, to find a cure. And as Ginger's behavior escalates, Bridget rushes to create a solution using monk's hood, also a lesser version of wolfsbane, a sort of flower that's supposed to,
perennial,
get the job done. Everything culminates on Halloween night, where Ginger fully transforms into a werewolf. Bridget attempts to administer the cure, but is forced into a struggle for survival. The film ends when Bridget is forced to fatally wound Ginger Wolf, leaving Bridget traumatized. And
sad ending. Very sad ending.
Very bleak, sad ending. And it just has that music that's like that violin with some piano coming in that just makes it feel even heavy.
Yeah, it's tough. You're like, oh, this was a fun movie.
I believe exactly that. I was like, this is so much, but oh my God, this is real, man. This is just real.
Well, that's reality. It's not always fun, is it?
This is how I feel. Get it.
All right. So that was the movie. Great job, Bryan. Let's go to the opening, see what we think of that. So it starts off small suburban neighborhood. There's the kid playing in a sandbox.
Yep.
And the mom comes what are you playing with? And it's a dog paw, and they find she finds the dog's mutilated body in the lawn, or by his doghouse. She starts screaming. Neighborhood kids look away. Bridget had seen this. She goes down in the basement, to her sister Ginger, who's like holding a knife against her wrist, talking about how, oh, like slitting your wrist is for girls. I'm going to do my throat. That'll be the like cool thing. They were just so dramatic. Kills me.
Yeah.
And then they talk about suicide and how they want to die. And then opening credits. And actually they talk about suicide and then we see Ginger dead. And we're like, oh, whoa, she's like impaled by a fence. And then we learn actually it's just a photo shoot. Bridget's taking photos of Ginger. Now we go to the opening credits, which is just a series of shots of them dead in different ways.
Yep. They love death and the thought of themselves dying.
Yeah. You ever think about
so
dying?
Edgy. Oh, God. This was the coolest fucking thing to do. 16-year-old self or whatever I was too.
Sure.
Like, or I was probably even just a little bit younger.
I want to do that. I want to do death
right?
photo shoots.
Oh my God. Death photo shoots. That's so fucking cool. And of course they do it for, I guess the opening kind of ends with them. It's revealed that's what a school project or something they did. Right.
Well, yeah, I mean that's after the credits, but yeah, they are in classroom and they did it for like Life in Bailey Downs project or something like that. And that's when we get our kid who's like, can we see the pictures of Ginger again?
Ginger. And they're like, oh, classic teenagers, classic boys being assholes. I do like when the teachers kind of like, okay, that was, I don't know. You're gonna have to see me after class.
Yeah.
It goes through this range of like trying to like support the project, but then realizing that it's really disturbing.
Good stuff.
And so funny. Like, imagine the stuff teachers, the weird angsty shit teachers have to just see.
For sure.
Well, we were like thinking, oh my God, I'm so fucking edgy for this. I'm so cool for this. I got it figured out. 16's weird time, man.
Sure is.
So the opening shot of the girl's fake suicides had to be shot on location in an actual home, and someone would have to distract the homeowners. A 4-year-old child, whenever the actresses, who would be covered by fake gore, would have to come inside to change.
Oh, fun. Like, hey, let's go. Where'd that toy go?
So they come by with, the pitchfork through their neck, whatever scene. So yeah, I think the intro is definitely drew me in. It's going to be hard to separate a lot from the
from your nostalgia days.
The nostalgia.
I mean, if you
it,
can grandfather
sure.
in this level of dog mutilation, then you are. I can see why it would be hard to separate.
Oh, Ginger Snaps, you're so edgy.
This is like one of the dog killingest movies we've ever done.
It just passed. It got grandfathered, as you said. It's wild. But no, I like the intro. I like what we're doing here.
Me too.
In the mood.
So I knew you were always a fan of it, but I did not see it until sometime after we started the podcast. So to me, this opening with them in the bedroom talking about their suicide pact and they're gonna die for each other and everything is just so melancholy and dramatic and like over the top that I found it all very amusing. And then the opening credit, everything about it, everything we just discussed, really just, I'm like, isn't this fun?
Yeah, I think that I'd agree. Let's go ahead, head on down to the AV lab and take a look at the technical execution of the film. Filmmaking, music, score stand out for you? Did you like the camera work?
So some of the songs I like that they had when it was like supposed to be like a metal aggressive song, it was actually like a screamy song, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure.
You only hear them like briefly, but I enjoyed that. The practical effects, of course, I think would be the main, for me, stand out from like the technical side of things. All of Ginger's different forms of her transformation, her gross little tail, yeah, like I said, her different stages. The music, like the score side of the music, I feel sort of aided to the atmosphere, but it didn't stand out in a way that makes me want to listen to it on its own.
Sure. The main score, the main theme thing would just make me depressed if I was listening to it.
Sure.
Because I associate it with like the depressing natures of this movie.
Right.
And I don't want to just like sit there and oh my God, but it affects me when I watch the movie in the right way. But yeah, thinking of just sitting there and listening to that just puts me in a bad mood. In a good way, in a complimentary way.
Yeah, I was going to say that's successful.
Yes, exactly. So I think that works. Like you said, it aids in a lot what that's doing there. I do like the camera work. I think for an indie film, I think it was all shot very nice and played with a lot of maybe camera tropey stuff, twistings of cameras and moving around, but I think it worked pretty well and did a good job of hiding and showing the werewolf enough and like how the attacks were looking to feel a little brutal.
I agree. There's only one shot that really stood out that I recall when at the very end, when Bridget and Sam go in the closet to make the anti-werewolf solution, whatever you call it, serum. It's shot top down, like when they come in the closet, you're looking top down, and it really, I felt like gave you an idea of the space inside of there that they were working with. I just remember thinking, oh, I like this shot. Now I have it. It really gives me a feeling of being in there and how much space I have to work with and move around. And I don't know. I just found it informative.
Yeah, I think when you spoke to it and we keep speaking to it, is the special effects are really what does well. We mentioned the werewolf and Ginger's transformation, but the gore, I mean, the dog death gore looks really good.
Sure does. Looks like a mutilated dog. Several of them.
That's a shame.
Not
several
one,
times.
not two. I think 3.
What's even worse now is that their dog that they have is a Karen Terrier named Norman. And that's what I had.
Is that their dog or their neighbor's dog? Because there's that hockey kid who's trying to get him to like bite this. I thought it was a neighbor dog, but then she yells "Shut up, Norman" at him, so it was a little confusing. But yeah,
I'm not positive who.
Shout out to Norman,
he was
the real Norman. That R.I.P. He was I love that little guy,
a little bastard. But he loved the hell out of you.
Well, you know, when you only get to visit him, sometimes it's not so bad. Great dog. All right, did anything break your immersion? We know there's no CGI in it, but did anything take you out? Was it the dog stuff?
I mean, if you're gonna have this time around, I'm like, I kind of just tune that out or whatever it is.
You're like, okay, here's more.
There it is. Here's some more of it. Oh no, nothing really. I don't think.
I actually do have one, and it is dead dog related. I think it's the second one when they're doing field hockey, and the girl that has the crush on Sam hits Bridget and ends up knocking her down into a mutilated dog on the field. Like, how did no one see that dog there until she was pushed face first into it? It's like, wow, this dog really came out of nowhere. These pieces of dog, literally, like your faces pushed into it.
Yeah.
So that one moment, and actually, it wasn't even my first rewatch for this. It was my second rewatch. So I was like, wait, hang on a minute.
No, you would easily be able to see, especially in like a field.
Right, exactly. Whatever. That you're all playing in. Like it's not
like a groomed field.
Right,
like
exactly.
It's a short, like you
the grass is very short.
It's something.
Not, right. You're not like going to a sandlot type of thing. Like
that's what I'm saying. That just happens, unfortunately, so often now. You know, the Beast of Bailey Downs.
Right.
And they don't even think about it when it's out there. It's until you fall in it and you're like, oh God, another one.
You just have go clean this off.
It's like dog poop. You don't know until it's too late. Like you stepped in it and like, oh,
sure, crap. But dog poop and dog are very different sizes.
Not in Bailey Downs, I'm telling you, but it's just so you get used to these things.
Okay.
It's a comical level. But no, as we mentioned, there's no glaring CGI. All the effects are great in it. So nothing like, I think maybe those little moments did, in the melodrama of it all, you have to be in it at some level to
it's just so fun
to not just be like, this is ridiculous. Yeah.
I think I'm here for the melodrama of the movie itself because of how dramatic our two main characters are. You know what I mean? They're just so life. How dare I have to live? Like, just so goth.
Yeah.
Oh, my soul is black and my heart is cold. Like, which,
perfect.
you know,
they do it so well.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there.
That's what it felt like. They just are the personification of what that felt like inside. We weren't always talking and being exactly like that, but
Right.
moments felt like what they were saying.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get into it. Move into our character studies. How did we feel about our main cast? Do they feel, well, we said it's melodrama, so I don't know if they to an extent felt like real people. I think they played their roles well, but it's hyper exaggerations of stuff. I think their mom is great. Mimi Rogers as the
love her.
Yeah, she's so fun.
Question. Because unless I just sort of, because during the end, I do kind of, during the third act, towards the end, I end up looking at, both times I ended up looking at my phone a little bit, but the mom, she gets out of the van with the finger Tupperware and goes into the party, right?
Yes.
Do we ever see her again?
No.
Okay. So I'm not crazy.
Because I think they take his van. Maybe, they just leave her there and she's out.
Right. So
we don't know where the dad is either. I think my theory is that he was actually just asleep upstairs and doesn't wake up for anything that happens.
But I guess for me, like, why did we need to see her get out of the van and go into the party with the fingers? Couldn't she have just stayed waiting outside? Like, it felt like it was leading somewhere.
Sure. Maybe it was. It's, I think she was, getting antsy because she just found out that her daughters killed someone and buried them in their backyard, and she's ready to blow up the house with dad still inside.
Dad? He'd just blame it on me.
He wouldn't understand. Yeah.
And just us girls.
He is so, the dad is so funny how checked out he is and can't like handle being around like girl period talk and stuff, like that kind of classic. Like when they're at dinner, he's like, please, we're eating. Like he's playing that role. He plays it so well of the checked out.
Well, and that, was certainly more so at the time. It was traditional, more mainstream male thing was to not be able to handle any kind of talk like that. Although I do love when the mom and dad are talking in the bedroom and the mom says something about like, she's talking about the girls. Oh, they're just fine. It's just typical teenager stuff. And it's like, well, I'm worried about them. I think something's going on. And she's like, no, blah, blah, blah. What makes you think something's going on? And he's like, well, for one thing, they're listening to you. I was like, oh, damn. Like, very good point, though. That is like, because they are at such the age, like, why are you even talking to me, Mom?
Yeah, and they do that a whole bunch when she's like, does it feel like there's an ache in your back or around in your front too? Like trying to describe like, what will be period cramps and all that stuff when Ginger's has a aching back.
Don't ever say they're just cramps.
But yeah, she's irritated by the questions and wanting to, answer it just like as you would be at that age. Like, Mom, dude, like as we were talking before my angstiness with my dad.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think there's a lot of great dialogue in the movie as well. It's something I didn't even realize because I'd only watched it once before. And on my first rewatch, some of the lines, like I kind of heard them as they were being said, like I recall, as if I had watched it a lot when I was younger, which I did not. But they came back really easily. Of course, I can't recall any of them now.
Yeah, no, it does.
Some good
it has
lines.
A bunch of like
snappy.
Yeah. Snappy, goth, emo, it's fun. It's fun if you're into that.
And Sam is a well-written drug dealer, I think. He's not like purely a scumbag just because he sells pot. He's not creeping on Bridget, really. He's like a businessman. He's not a stoner stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
He's genuinely like being helpful, which is nice to see.
I agree. No, I think they developed that character well because he is the other protagonist, I guess,
outside of the sisters
along here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And he is like this more, as you said, this kind of not just a typical drug dealer. I like how he like likes to grow and is interested in the plant biology and like all of that kind of stuff to it, and has more of a depth to him that leads him to being interested in the science, the virus of being a lycanthrope,
mm-hmm.
and what that is and what can help with that. And that's what leads him to the flower that they have to use and all that kind of stuff to make the cure.
Yep.
And like the scene that's great, like with the dude that hooks up with Ginger, when he's all like going in half werewolf mode and like he's starting to turn and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love when he's going out and when she goes to test the cure, she's going to use it on him. I noticed it this time. Maybe I've noticed it before when he goes in the field and is like grabbing a kid to presumably, I don't know, like eat him or whatever. The kid's dressed up as a dog.
Oh, that's funny. He's dressed up for Halloween. I thought, I didn't notice it was a dog. That was funny.
Yeah.
I like that the male, so it's like sexually transmitted werewolfism because he and Ginger slept together without using protection. But I also, which is just like an interesting version, I guess. But I like that he's also like going through a hyper form of puberty now because he's like covered in zits now that he's got it, which is a fun throw in for the lycanthropy. Going back to Sam, one of the things, I can't remember the line exactly, but I like when they show up at his place and Ginger looks and sees his like weed growing operation. And she's like, oh, wow, or whatever she says. And he comes up and he's like, oh, wow, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, he's just tired of that shit. Yeah, because he's, has to deal with all the people that just randomly use his van to smoke in.
Right.
And which is insane. But no, I think everyone, like you said, does a really good job. And it's this hyper dramatic, stylized world. So the melodramatic of what the sisters are talking about works in tandem with all the other quirky characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like the nurse is all quirky, talking to them about when they're getting their puberty.
I'm sure it seems like a lot, but trust me, it's perfectly normal. And now that you've started, it's gonna happen once a month for the next 30 years.
Yeah, because I think it does a good job of portraying these characters as these hyper weird feeling things. The guidance counselor as well, hyper stylized, and in the minds of Ginger and Bridget, like everything, all these parental figures and stuff do feel that ridiculous sometimes, and how they're talking to you, interacting with you when you're just so edgy. They don't get it.
When Ginger gets her period and she's like, God, you try so hard to be different just to like be like everyone else or something. Like, could you imagine she has her period?
Yes. The curse. They call that the curse.
They do.
In the movie. Then she does get the curse of the werewolf.
Yeah. Well, immediately attacked afterwards after she first starts bleeding. And then like during the cleanup from the attack, Bridget says something like, well, I know bears attack people when they're on the rag, so maybe that's why like you were.
Oh,
wasn't a bear. We don't have bears around here, or whatever the line is.
And then she's like already healing after that. But like there are some like gnarly looking cool cuts and stuff. Again, the special effects look great in those moments. And then there's the moment when the mom is doing the laundry and pulls up the blood soaked.
Really blood.
And she's just kind of like, ooh.
She gets
and
like
then
the
just goes and grabs the cleaner and sprays it.
Yeah. Great moment.
That's your first hint that mom's ready to hide anything and do anything for these girls.
And that asshole kid, Jason, that she sleeps with and becomes werewolf and whatever. I mean, he is so great at being that douchey asshole kid in this movie, but in Final Destination 3 and in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, he is like I mean, he's pretty much typecast as the shitty asshole douchebag guy, but he's good at it. I really
That's the problem when you can do something so well. Play that character. Yep. Dislikable.
Well, did the movie fool you with anything? Was there a twist you didn't see coming? Anything story-wise?
Maybe when I was first watching it and really not knowing too much, but the fact that Ginger and the other werewolf, the Beast of Bailey Downs, aren't typical looking werewolves. That was different.
Sure.
For me.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like these like skin. I think the director said, I thought of them as more as like a hellhound as opposed to a werewolf, whatever that means. I guess hellhounds don't have any hair. They got burned off.
They're hairless.
Yeah. And just a lot of the mechanisms to it. Again, treating it as like a sort of, maybe we can develop a cure that we can inject to based on this certain type of flower. And, you know, did it necessarily fool me or was a real twist? No. But did I see that coming the first time around? I'm not sure so much. I didn't know what would happen at the end. I think the fact that we do get Bridget killing Ginger, well, Ginger's in full werewolf form and stuff, and it doesn't.
That surprised me for sure. Actually, that would be something that surprised me. I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like,
yeah,
and the way it shows it does a great job of visual storytelling. With, you know, the creature had just been breathing for a while after it was stabbed, and she looks around the room, sees all the pictures of her and her sister, goes over, lays on it, and the breathing on the belly goes up and down, and then just stops moving. And as it pans out with that beautiful shot of the symmetry of the beds and the lighting and everything, it's just like, oh man, seriously? Credits. Like,
yeah, man, it's rough in that aspect and bleak and just a downer. But you know, we're gonna mention it. I'll definitely mention it later. It hits my cockles in a good bad
icky
way,
sticky.
You know? Yeah, the icky sticky.
I was surprised that the semi-transformed version of Ginger that shows up to the Halloween party has some belly nipples like a dog.
Yeah, there's weird things are starting to form when she starts to remove her top. It's like,
okay.
I mean, but yeah, it's
an
like,
interesting choice.
Because it's funny, it's weird speaking of it now, but you know, being a young teenager first watching this as well, as Ginger goes through her transformations, like it gets progressively like this level she's feeling herself and feeling sexy and hotter, and then it gets to like monstrous. Then it's like, what point is the monstrous too monstrous? Because we get the tail quite early too.
Oh,
it's like
when she peeks in her underwear, when Bridget
and it
peeks
wiggles.
So gross. It's a tiny little finger, and then later when she's trying to cut it off and it's huge, it's gotten so much bigger. And then when she's just like laying against the bathroom door and you see it like sticking out from behind her, wiggling around.
Oh, the tail work is so funny in this.
Because it's a fleshy tail, which makes it particularly gross. Did you have a crush on Ginger when you were a kid? Like 16?
Probably. Yeah, I thought especially when she's like has the streaky, like,
yeah, when she's feeling herself before she has monster parts.
You know, some monster parts are fine.
Yeah, totally. Not all of it.
Not all of it.
But when she first shows up at school and like people are whistling at her and stuff, she starts off walking down the hall like kind of self-conscious, and then as people are catcalling her, she gets very confident.
She's like, heck yeah. 14-year-old Bryan or whatever was like, yes, this is high school. I would have been in high school. I probably was about 16 because I would have been working at the movie theater. So I had to have been 16. Yep. So I was probably the exact same age that they were supposed to be in this movie while I was watching it. So I was like hitting on so many levels. Right. I would think these would be the coolest people if they went to my school.
Sure.
Like these girls, I'd be like, oh my God, they're so friends, freaking angsty and cool. Like both of them. Cause I always thought Bridget I loved her as well.
Yeah.
Like I think she was so, like we said, the hunched look that she gives,
Yeah.
like this kind of like
It's one of those things like, let's just give her funny hair and have her hunch over, and now she's not like the pretty one anymore.
she's
Then
introverted
all
and
that
ugly.
thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. Let's put like a messy wig on her and I'll do it.
And are there any standout scenes? Anything that's always stuck with you since you first saw it?
I mean, certainly a lot of the ending,
Mm-hmm.
the big scene. It's one of the gore scenes. It's where it's the whole climax of the film. But when Sam gets mauled
Mm-hmm.
and pulled down the stairs, Bridget has to go, and she's trying to connect with Ginger, so she starts like
eating the blood,
lapping up and like eating the blood.
Yeah,
And like Ginger's werewolf Ginger
Mm-hmm.
Wolf is like, okay, I guess we're the same. And
all right,
she
this is
starts licking
acceptable.
up blood, and then Bridget just can't take it and hurls, and
Mm-hmm.
that causes Ginger
To kill Sam, like put him out of his
Yeah.
misery.
That's that stuck out to me. But yeah, yeah,
Okay.
the dog stuff, unfortunately. I don't know if these are
it.
noteworthy scenes, but they've definitely stuck with me.
How are this? Have you seen the sequels? I assume
Yes,
so.
I own them.
Does the dog stuff continue?
No.
And a lot of mutilated dogs. It's
So
a
the
sequel,
next-
so we gotta have more.
So Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed
Mm-hmm.
takes place with like Bridget in like a mental institution.
Okay.
And as we know in this film, well, what do you think? Do you think the cure works?
It seems to, because his voice changes back to like a normal guy
Mhm.
voice after he gets the cure in the neck.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a Blade situation.
Oh,
Not
you gotta
Blade.
get it in
Maybe
a
it
certain
is.
amount of time before you're changed.
You got to keep applying it, and the urge is
sure.
getting stronger and stronger. You need more and more
Mhm.
until it might not work out.
But Ginger's in the second one too, right? It's not just Bridget.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she's like not really in it.
Okay. Interesting. And then the third one is set in the past, right?
Yeah, so it's both of them essentially playing the same roles, but as like, you'd probably love this as like living in like a fur trader camp.
Oh, friend. Yeah. Heck yeah.
And I think it does have a little bit, if I remember right, it's like a little bit more gourier, actiony and stuff, because it kind of takes place in a more contained, small area, but it follows pretty much the same premise as the first movie.
Okay. Sure. Cool. Yeah, I do want to see the
Snaps.
sequels now. Do you like the
The
sequels?
beginning.
Do you remember?
I remember liking the second one for being different.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that one I haven't revisited as much. I'd have to rewatch the third one, probably on a different lens. I do feel like it might be more fun than I originally had with it. I think I liked
Sure.
it, but I'm like, I feel like I felt like I was doing the same thing again, just in
Right.
colonial times, or whatever. And I wasn't about it at
Mhm.
that time. I was like, this isn't the same. I don't relate.
There's not cool. This isn't cool at all.
A fur trapping. What am I, a 40-year-old dude? I definitely used to own it, and I know for sure I still have 1 and 2 up there, but I don't know if I have the third one still.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now it's time to grab our lab coats, head on over to the anatomy lab. But before we look at the blood work, let's talk about the scares. Did any of the scares and tension work for you? Did it miss entirely? I think when it is trying to be scary and or horrific, it achieves that well. I mean, her attack when Ginger gets initially attacked, I think is done very well.
Yeah.
And suspense building. It
Feels brutal.
horrific.
I like the aspect of Bridget just running into the woods being, where the hell are you? Like, it definitely ratchets up the tension.
The chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the end too, the climax of when she is following, that's the other big scare tension building scene, I feel like, is when she's following the blood trail and like,
And find Sam.
where is Ginger down here?
Mhm.
And like finding Sam and all that stuff is a little bit tense. And then Sam's attack too is brutal when he gets pulled out from the closet, and then you just kind of hear him from Bridget's perspective getting like slammed against the door, and like it's a lot.
See the door start like breaking with blood coming through. Whoa.
Yeah. Ooh, Sam. So yeah, I think those are. Was I ever really scared in the movie? No, but I feel like the tense
Got a lot of moments
there and
of
stuff, and
tension.
I think those are
Yeah.
where work well.
You mentioned it, but it's at the end that the lapping up of the blood is another tense moment.
Very much so.
All right, well, it's time to fill out the lab report, run the numbers, hit the gorometer.
It's time for the gorometer.
Fatality.
Only a couple real deaths, but there's plenty of gore. As we mentioned, Ginger's attack. You get a bunch of stuff there in the aftermath of that. Trina, she was like the bully girl in their class. She hits her head on the kitchen counter after slipping on some spilled milk.
Yeah.
So some chaos is happening. That's a wild, fun scene. We mentioned that. That's a good when the parents come home too, and it's Ginger.
They have to cover it up real quick because the parents just got home. Yeah, so they're doing.
They're just doing another one of their suicide shoots
in the house.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll clean it up in 10 minutes.
You want some, Daddy?
Fun stuff.
It's corn syrup.
Yeah. Ugh. It's blood. Mr. Wayne, he was mauled to death by Ginger in the school guidance office to prevent him from calling her parents.
Sure was.
The janitor who got eviscerated by Ginger
brutal.
in the school
I feel
hallway.
bad for him because I never actually got the vibe that he actually was being creepy towards Bridget. That was just a Ginger thing.
Yes, I agree. That was just a Ginger thing.
Yeah.
She was,
and she really
need.
Beats the crap out of him.
Well, yeah, and like she does seem to be mad and angry at the people that do take Ginger's or Bridget's attention away, and for whatever reason, she thought the janitor was.
Sure,
I think so. It's a little extra vicious in her emotions there. I think
because he also saved her from Jason in the closet previously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for that guy.
yeah, it's a rough one. We have Sam, who was ultimately bitten in the neck by Ginger, Ginger Wolf, and Ginger herself, which is stabbed as Ginger Wolf by Bridget in their bedroom at the end. And then I said, plus lots and lots of dog death.
Yes, dog
and dog gore,
mutilated dog carcasses.
The Beast of Bailey Downs, the one himself who gets slammed by he gets exploded by that van.
Yeah, that's gunner bonk. That's
get gunner bonked for sure.
Yeah, that's a end of TCM2 explosion.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So I think again, there's a lot of gore and blood and hits it in some intense ways. The dog death stuff alone is pretty intense. On top of the stuff that get the gunner bonk, we get the attacking of the girls themselves. The maulings are all pretty intense.
And after the wounds on them, like the claw cuts that we see in different body parts are pretty spectacular as well. And when
do you count when Jason his name?
The
one kid who sleeps with Ginger when he's peeing blood?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that gore? Yeah. Because I feel that. Ooh.
When Ginger when she kills the janitor and actually puts him out of his misery, kills him. Because Bridget's like, oh, he's still alive. We could get help. And she just sticks her hand inside him or something like that. And you already see his big neck wound, claw marks, but she pulls her hand out and it's just shiny, covered in blood. Very, very bloody.
Yeah, I would probably put it somewhere close to a 4. I think a 4 works.
For intensity?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to go
just because
3. So let's do 3.5.
That works for me. I just think, for a lot of people now too, the dog death stuff, it's intense.
Oh,
dog
sure. Yeah.
Mutilation
was
just such a part of it, but
it sure
3.5 works. Consistency. I will say it is pretty consistent. I mean, we start
actually go ahead and change it back to a 4. I was not including the dog stuff. I think that does increase it.
It really does. Cause the other stuff you can kind of forgive and it's oh, that's gnarly and cool and pretty intense, but you factor in, consistency. We do get it
pretty darn consistent, I would say, because even
pretty darn consistent.
Because we see pretty early on, what do we think of the fake gore? Within the movie, it's fake, but it still presents as real. You know what I mean? Ginger on the fence, and then all the death pictures they do.
Yeah, and I mean that's just the opening montage, and I think that's to some extent. I don't even necessarily count that, but.
That's what I'm wondering for consistency wise,
Well, right before that is when you see Baxter, all very torn up. So it starts, and then we get into the mauling shortly after that.
I'd give it probably somewhere between a 3 and 3.5. It's certainly over half. Actually,
Yeah, 3.5 works.
3.5, yeah.
I'd be happy with that. So that gives a Ginger Snaps a 7.5 on the gore-o-meter. Do you think that gore level works for this film? Or should it have more or less?
More mutilated dogs, like way more. No, I think it works really well for the
every
film.
scene.
I really enjoy the level of gore that it has. The dog thing is weird to encounter. It makes the 7.5 sounds high to me when you say 7.5 for Ginger Snaps out of 10. But I think remembering to include, well, you're like, hey, that's also included in all the mutilated dogs. You're like, oh, you know what? That's right. Yeah. Keep it up there.
I agree. And I think that, I mean, you could, I would say tune back the dog stuff maybe so much. You could have more implied and give me a little bit more gore.
Show
on
it
some
less.
Attacks.
Yeah. You can
You know,
see a dog from the back.
human attacks.
And just see the person's reaction to it. You don't need to see, like, they try and move a dead dog and she accidentally breaks off an arm of it. Like,
Yeah, its hind leg or something she pulls off. It's real gross. I mean,
it's still warm.
On a budget level, it probably is pretty cheap. A lot cheaper to make that than to do a werewolf attack. So they're like, let's amp it up here and really, literally hit it home with this dog stuff. Because they certainly do that. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, I would say, if anything, you could decrease that, like we said, show less and give me some more gore with some more attacks or something like that. A little bit more there. I would take it, the exchange. So we've made it to the climax. We mentioned a little bit before what happens, but ultimately takes place on Halloween night. And Ginger's nearly lost all her humanity at this point, looking more wolf-like. This is when she has a lot of wolf features.
Yeah, her hair is like totally blonde. Her face is all, I don't know, snouty, getting snouty.
Yeah, getting snouty. At the Halloween party that's taking place at like Sam's farm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where he does all his growing and stuff, greenhouse and everything. And hoping to save her sister Bridget, and Sam ultimately smuggled Ginger back to the girl's home. This is where also Bridget has said, like, the cure works. There's a way to do this. And she like cuts her hand and like puts it against Ginger to like
Ginger's
exchange
cut
some
hand to be
blood
like,
there.
we're in this together.
Ginger's like, exactly. Bridget thinking, you know, they'll be fine. We have a cure. She mentioned she believes the cure works. However, before the cure can be administered, Ginger completely loses control and undergoes her final full transformation into a werewolf. This happens in the back of the van as they're transporting her back to the Fitzgerald house. The situation quickly escalates inside the house as Ginger escapes, presumably out the back of the van without them noticing, and Sam and Bridget soon devise a plan. This is where you mentioned that beautiful shot while they're in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Closet.
Yeah, the like pantry.
Yeah, to administer the cure to Ginger. But quickly, that plan goes awry as Ginger Wolf brutally mauls Sam and drags him to the basement. Bridget follows this trail of blood down to the basement and eventually finds a very bloodied and dying Sam with Ginger Wolf looming over him. In a desperate final attempt to calm Ginger, Bridget starts to consume Sam's blood, trying to, I guess, connect with Ginger, show her that they're the same. But Bridget can't keep it down. This angers Ginger Wolf, causing her to bite down on Sam's throat. Then we get this kind of cat and mouse moment of Ginger trying to get at Bridget while Bridget's trying to get a hold of the cure that she dropped while she was going into the basement because she got a little woozy. This leads to Bridget running to the room, locking the doors, bolting it up, but quickly realizes that Ginger is already in there hiding in the shadows.
Yeesh.
Bridget's wielding the knife from the beginning of the movie that Ginger was talking about, you know, slitting her throat.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to do it. Ginger. Bridget's wielding the knife, declares to Ginger that she is not dying in this room with her, and Ginger lunges forward, and Bridget, maybe accidentally on purpose, impales Ginger with the knife. Ginger collapses, dies on the basement floor. As a werewolf, kind of locking eyes with Bridget. Bridget's looking at all the pictures of them together on the wall. She goes over, rests on her, does that like kind of, you know, like we said, Ginger's final breaths. And it ends there. Bleak.
Very.
And we go to credits.
Yeah. So it's interesting. there's something about this ending that I do feel like I actually lose a little bit of focus on. But then there are also things that absolutely stand out. Like after she cuts her hand and Bridget is taking Ginger back home and Sam pops up and smacks Ginger in the face with a shovel. And she's like, "What are you doing? You idiot." He was like, "Oh, I'm trying to save you." She's like, "The cure works. I'm going to take her back. We got more. I'm going to use it." He's like, "How am I supposed to know that?" Was a fun moment. And then really from when he gets snatched out of the closet to the like final shot, I'm engaged. But something about like the rest of the party stuff, and even they go in the closet, I'm like, oh, this looks good. But the whole exchange in there of making the serum again, I'm kind of, for whatever reason, I just drift out a little bit.
Sure. No, that makes sense. No, it could probably be cleaned up a little bit there. If cut out that, get to the mauling a little bit quicker, just trim up a few things maybe, because I don't feel like you're losing too much context or plot points or really anything that you need in those moments.
Right.
So no, I get that for sure. I mean, but I do, and I've always liked the ending, how dramatic and melodramatic and intense that it gets and bleak that it gets. It kind of works for what these characters are, and wraps that up 100%. As goofy as everything else is that kind of happens with a lot of these other characters, I still feel like it fit the tone of it. So it always worked for me, and it still does. I still appreciate it and like it. And with that, Sam, what did we learn about werewolves?
Well, yeah, I would say don't have sex with one unprotected, unless you want to be a werewolf.
That's true.
I would say you don't necessarily need a silver bullet. This might be one you can just explode with a car or a van.
Oh, correct. It seems that I got the impression that once you're a werewolf, you're always a werewolf. Like, I don't think it goes back to being a human.
Yeah, and is it totally full moon related? Because we see a lot of the herd turning, before then.
I think it's coincidental. I don't think that.
Sure. Yeah.
If there is any full moon stuff, I don't think that really matters. I think it is more of this virus type of thing.
Yeah.
Biological.
And all those emotions you felt as a teen, that was just you becoming a monster. That's all.
Becoming a little monster, That's what it feels like sometimes.
Oh, that's just my werewolf talking.
Inside me, there are two werewolves.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, I think we learned the same things. Let us know what you all learned about werewolves. And we will head over to our extra credit questions. First extra credit question, as usual, how would we survive and how many would be sacrificed?
All right. If we're teens at this high school, we are dying if we can because we want to be around these girls.
That is an astute observation. I agree. Whether it's, I think ultimately what would happen, I would be probably friends with Bridget and be almost in the Sam role trying to help her figure out how to, I mean, that's maybe what I would think. I think I would just ultimately maybe not even get that far, just be hanging out and get do you think we get murdered by Ginger though? Are we around?
I think it's possible.
I think it is possible.
Hopefully she turns us into a werewolf. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I think again, if it's high school us, I agree with what you're saying. If it's us today, the students of horror bus get stuck in Bailey Downs, I think we're all right. I can't imagine we'd be anywhere near any of this.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Unless we were just like out.
Right.
Let's say Ginger got to the point of just being a werewolf and was out on the prowl again and we're just hanging out.
We go to that party to buy weed from Sam.
We're like, oh my God, whoa. Why is everyone in high school?
Tell me there's like really weird teen party happening. Can you come out
this
here?
This place has been weird. Yeah, right. Like as soon as we got into town, we hit some weird lycanthrope type creature as we drove in. Like we'd be the ones that end up hitting it. No, that's a good point. I think our chances of survival are still relatively okay. It just really depends on how, I don't know. These sisters don't seem to really have friends outside. Like even I'm sure there are
of each other. No
people like us that go to the school that they just don't care about. So we might not even be friends with them and just
Sure.
Like they're cool, and then we're just within our own clique.
I would have loved to have seen a character like that. Like a couple of angsty guys who are like, hi, oh gosh.
I just want to be friends. I think you're really
so
cool.
I made you this burn CD. It's a mix.
It's a mix of, yeah. Oh, couldn't even do that.
All right. Hero level. We'll go with Bridget B.
Yeah.
As Ginger likes to call her.
As we should.
Tenacity, I would say she's very tenacious. She really is trying her damnedest to save Ginger.
Certainly enough to the point where she's going to drink the blood of a good friend of her, presumably a new good friend of hers.
It seems to me like she probably has a crush on him, but he genuinely was like, I do not think of you that way.
Yeah. He's just interested in the, I don't know, mystery of a werewolf.
Right. He's just
he knows what a lycanthrope is. He's like, whoa,
like being a nice guy. You know what I mean? But I could see her having a crush on him. You know what I mean? But it not being reciprocated.
Sure.
But yeah.
So she does that.
She werewolves herself.
Ultimately,
or she
fights a werewolf.
Does the hand cutty. I mean, I'm at least a 4. What are you thinking?
Oh, I could have easily gone there. 4. Yeah. I think a 4 is appropriate. I could go higher. I could be convinced, but I think that's appropriate.
I'm 4 to 5. Yeah, 4 is appropriate. Let's do 4. Iconography. Okay, it's tough. She's not super iconic, but if I were at a horror convention and someone did their hair like that and did the hunch and dressed, plainly, I don't know how else to put it. I think I would be able to spot a Bridget at a horror con if they did the cosplay.
Yeah.
Certainly, I mean, because of the nature of the movie, it being more of a cult status thing, it's not super well known, so it doesn't break through to mainstream. I'm thinking like a 3.5 for mine. What say you? I
would have probably put it around a 3. So I think a 3.25 would be pretty good. Because I think it's all a great design and very iconic, and I would 100% recognize, but it is a little hard to break through that barrier.
Yeah.
She would just also probably look like an angsty teen to a lot of people.
Sure. Yeah. I guess it depends
like
on
a non-recognizable way. Yeah. Right. And our villain level, 1 through 10 for Ginger / I guess Ginger Wolf, all her forms. Mm-hmm. Her power level, I mean, it's interesting because she's ultimately a werewolf and has stuff related to that. So some sort of maybe power comes with that, but isn't as powerful as like common werewolves, I guess. It's still a car can splatter them.
Right.
They can get kind of injured and all that, it seems like. But she does have a healing factor, it seems, to some extent.
Oh, yeah, heals quick. But then hair comes out of it. I can't have a hairy chest, B. That's fucked.
That is... Guess. Well, I mean, it's fucked if it's like scars from a scratch. It's like very specifically patterned, hairy. That'd be weird. That'd be interesting. That'd be a story.
Yeah. So, what's the story behind those hairy scars?
So the power level. Do you think?
So there's like healing factor, and I would say there's some extra strength, but nothing beyond that.
Yeah, so what, a 3.5 to a 4?
That's good. I'll go 3.5.
3.5. Okay, I like that you went there. Iconography. Now, I do think...
So there's so many different versions.
Yes. I think the middle versions are all kind of similar.
Yeah.
From first walking down the hallway to almost leading up to when she tries to seduce Sam.
With the blonde streaks.
Yes. And all the variations are there. And then it kind of just turns into... the werewolf, but the werewolf itself is not necessarily iconic. It's just different, especially at the time it was standout-ish. But I do think she has a little bit more iconography than Bridget, just because she has more features going on.
Okay.
You put someone in that, like
I feel like you'd have to add some of the prosthetics in order for it to really...
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, because if it was just like the first walking down the hallway version, I'd have...
You could be like, are you rogue?
Anybody. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, no, put in the werewolf features. Once we start getting werewolf features, then I think but that's what I'm saying. In those moments, I think it becomes a more powerful image
Sure.
than Bridget's image.
3.5.
More probably memorable.
Would be 0.25
what did we give
more.
her? Yeah, 3.5. Let's do that. That's fine.
Great. Which gives us a 7 total. And 7 is lower than 7.25 by 0.25. Some quick math there for you. So our hero does indeed defeat our villain, even though she doesn't really want to. If she's trying to save her.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't even get to try the cure.
Right.
Really,
Sad.
right?
But
Sad.
the scale works, so that's good. Should it have a sequel? What is your sequel? It has 2 sequels. I would have loved a sequel. I'm interested in seeing the sequels. My sequel would be, and maybe this is what they did in 2, but Bridget is now a werewolf. She didn't cure herself or something. And somehow, even though Bridget's dead,
Ginger.
they have some sort of like spirit link. She's talking to a Ginger's in the movie is like a ginger ghost wolf. Sort of American Werewolf in London style. So we keep getting her back. They can still be together.
Sure.
That's the direction I would go.
Yeah, I agree that the sequel is definitely warranted. And with a sequel, because the sisters are such a strong aspect of it, you need to have both of them back. So it's like, how do you do it? Exactly.
Yes.
I think we come to find that, Ginger didn't die. And Bridget turns into a werewolf as well. And then they just become the werewolf sisters. And they go to Chicago.
Ooh, very good. We got to send all our monsters to Chicago.
Tear up the town.
Perfect.
Ginger snaps to Chicago.
Very good.
Ginger snaps Chicago.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Ginger, snap Chicago.
Yeah. What proper item from the movie would we want for the crypt? Do you want a vial of the cure? I think some of that would be
great
good to have.
Yeah.
The wolf suit at the edge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have that hanging out somewhere
Put it on display.
That's a nice.
Yeah.
a
The
nice
tail prosthetic.
Yes. That'd be so weird to just have it sitting by itself.
Their
What is that weird little finger you have?
The
Their
bone
necklaces
pens that they write with, and their
and the bone pens and
bird skull
bird-
necklaces. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's great. I think those are all great options, and I'll take. You know what? I will take his Chevy Astro van because van life.
Well, yeah, bro.
All right.
At the midnight showing, what are you throwing? Dog treats?
Ooh,
Dog parts?
That's a good. Yeah. Like stuffed animal dogs or something like that. Yeah, like little parts. Lots of dog stuff, unfortunately.
Every time you see a mutilated dog, you can yell, "Oh, not again." And when Bridget gets pushed into the mutilated dog on the field, you can yell, where did that come from?
Where'd that come from? Perfect. You nailed it. All the fun to throw. And ginger snaps, like the cookie, right? Isn't that a cookie?
Oh, sure. It is.
You could throw those anytime Ginger's on the screen.
And then snap.
And then snap. Boom. What would be the concession vessel for Ginger snaps?
You could do a van, but whatever in there.
Certainly.
You could do the wolf or the wolf's head. The ginger wolf.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can think of anything too thrilling.
Exactly.
You could do a mutilated dog that its center is open. You could keep your popcorn in there.
I was like, that would be something to do. That'd be the roughest concession vessel. Just a mutilated
Oh,
dog.
God.
I don't want it, but I collect
That's the
them.
chili vessel.
Oh, good God.
Ross's chili vessel.
Ross's chili vessel. Beautiful. So let's go to our ratings.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all, cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's bacon.
Show them.
On this show, we use a grading scale of 0 to 5 points. Each point represents a different quality about a movie. These ratings are intended to be subjective on how we feel about a movie, not if the movie is objectively good or bad. Sam, I'm going to have you kick us off tonight. I'm very curious about how you feel.
Okay, great.
And then I'll go ahead and go. And unfortunately, the Beast of Bailey Downs, I think, got to Ross because we don't have his score.
That's true. It must have got to Ross because he was like, oh, I'll get it right over. And then he never followed up. So that's unfortunate. All right. Engaging. Engaging is going to be a 1. Even though, like I said, I have a little bit of trouble at the end there. I think that's just it. What's interesting, I feel like I went on my phone at the end both times, but I think it was like to look up stuff related to the movie. Like, who's that actor?
Mm-hmm.
What about the, different things like that. Sticky. I had watched it not too long ago. I remembered it for the most part, but only as I was watching it, I couldn't have recalled everything so much except for the surprising amount of dog death. So I'm going to give a 0.5 for Sticky. Stuffable's pretty cool. I definitely could go for some stuff. Not itching for a shirt. It'd have to be the right. I'm not exactly sure what it would be. So there's a cool enough designs though in the movie. I'm sure something could come out that I'd be like, there it is. So I'll give a 0.5 for Stuffable. Cockles will be a 1. I really like the dialogue in the movie. I love the girls. I think they are great. And even though I'm an old man now and they're teenagers, I can relate to my teenage self watching them and thinking kind of like you had, like, oh, they're so cool. Like I would have been all about them when I was 16 as well. And I can recognize that today, even though I didn't see it then.
Sure. Because it just feels very much of our time that when we were that age, it's around the same time the movie was made. Right. So it's not like it feels disconnected. It just feels like, oh yeah, that's me in high school.
The era it was made was also our era.
Right.
Rewatchable. I always like to give a higher if I can. I'll give it a 0.75 because I have a feeling I'm actually not going to rewatch it as often as I would like to. But it's a pretty fun little movie. You know what I mean? I could see it getting in, not necessarily the regular Halloween rotation, although maybe, but it also, because there's Halloween scenes at the end and stuff, it fit in nicely in a yearly rotation. But I like watching stuff I haven't seen so often. I'm not sure I'd actually get back to it at least as often as I would like. That gives me a 3.75, which feels pretty good. I think I rightly kind of am in the middle. I would bump it up for Letterboxd to a 4, but that feels good to me.
Awesome. I will give it a 1 for engaging. I am engaged with this film and still engaged with the film, even though leading it to Sticky, much of it has stuck for me over the years. I've always remembered it. And since I did have that experience with it when I was younger and living in it and feeling like that a lot, it stuck with me and still remember it. But I'll probably give it.
Felt like you were a werewolf,
right? But I'll give it a 1. I'll give Sticky the 1. It's always stuck. Stuffable, I'll probably give a 0.75. There is a lot of stuff I would like for it and want for it, but I don't really have much for it. Is that because probably a lot doesn't exist? Maybe. But I feel like I've seen Ginger Snap shirts and stuff recently, and I haven't pulled the trigger.
Sure.
It's not because I don't want it. It's weird. Cockles will get the 1 for sure. And I'll probably also give a 0.75 to rewatchable because I'm not always itching to rewatch it. I've watched it plenty. Wow, that's what I gave the exact same rating to I Saw the TV Glow. So it gives a 4.5. Which I think is good. I hold on to it for a lot of nostalgia purposes, and I think it is a great movie and I like it a lot. So 4.5 feels right for me.
It's a great little indie gem. Nice little Canadian indie cult movie.
Yes.
So what do our study buddies have to say? Let's find out. I'll go first here with T-Boo. He said, great Halloween flick. It's a hell of a gem. Hey, I just said some of the same things.
Pretty much.
How about that? Perfect. I agree, T-Boo.
And the Sore Thumb Collector themselves said, wow, way to put him on blast. I am of the opinion that most horror, but especially monster movies, should be a tight 90 minutes. This one proved me right. I did really enjoy it, even if it did overstay its welcome a tad. I liked the story and the actors. There were a couple parts that dragged, and I was starting to think I wasn't ever going to see Ginger as a werewolf. But alas, they finally gave me what I wanted at the end. I could have used more gore and a better werewolf transformation. Otherwise, I thought it was a pretty great cult film, 3.5 out of 5, which is a good score if you know you're feeling it right.
Solid score. And I'm not sure how to tighten it up, but I agree. I think I might get more revisits if it were an hour and a half. That's the sweet spot.
You could play around with trimming a little bit up. So thank you so much for that. As always, jump into our Discord and you guys can leave opinions
on these movies.
We'll read them for these movies. So how does this movie compare to others in the Goo Book? All right, so that gives Ginger Snaps, according to us, we'll see if Ross ever gets his way in, a 4.1, which would give it a B+.
Ooh.
We have a new little thing trying to figure out a rating, a grade for each one.
Gets to remain in the study hall as required reading.
Yeah, required reading. We'll put it in the library shelves.
Required viewing.
Let you read the DVD cover and then view it. No other 4.1s. Probably could just because of our average, I guess. But 4.2s, certainly a lot above it. Hereditary, In the Mouth of Madness, The Shining, Night Killer, Opera, Scream 3, Final Destination 2, Scream 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Halloween, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 all sit in B+ territory. So that's great. I'm glad it does get to be a required viewing for everyone. I think it is a nice, like we said, a cult little indie flick that did a good job of doing something fun with werewolves and changing it up. Werewolves. And with that, we are going to conclude this episode's Students of Horror. If you're enjoying the show and want to stay connected with us, follow at Students of Horror on Instagram and Threads. If you want to see Ross's awesome tattoo work, follow the big man himself at Ross Purvis on Instagram. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can always follow at Shuttle the Sam at Bird with a Y, Witch with an I on Letterboxd to check out what we are watching.
If you want to hang out with us and other members of the study group, go ahead and hop in that Discord, become part of the community. There's a link to all that gooey goodness in the show description.
Next week, we'll be back with another movie. And until next time, don't have sex with a werewolf unless you want to become a werewolf.
That's what we learned.